Well, I wasn't sure what to do with the last bit of that nice wood I had. You know, I mean, remember how nicely the original came. You know, I mean, it looks nice, doesn't it? You know, it really does. And so I thought of several ideas actually, and none of them worked. Probably this won't, but anyway, I think the best thing to do with it, I've got that one mounted, and I've cut two more off very roughly and just screwed the arbor on, you see. But I think the best thing to do with it is just to make 3 small bowls or plates. I don't want to go too thin. I don't want to risk it breaking because it's quite nice wood. And as I say, I doubt I'll make any more anyway. I'm getting as bored as you are. But if I turn a small tenon on the bottom to hold it, remember no chuck, and then, you know, turn something to hold it, so I'll make a base to stand on, and then just make a shallow dish, and I can make 2 small ones and this one, you know. So I'm only going to show you brief bits of this. Thank God I hear you say. But anyway, like I say, I'm getting as bored as you are with them. But I can't think of anything better to make it. Now, you'll be thankful to hear this will be quite a short video. You've sort of seen the operations before. However, I'm limited because I don't have a chuck, of course. So what I think the best thing to do with this is to turn a tenon on there, because that way I can make the mortise in a bit of scrap wood and turn it round, put that on there, and then for good measure I've got the centre, I can just hold it on to turn the other side. So I'll turn the underside first, and I've got to turn a tenon on, but instead of dishing out like I did in that small shallow box I made, I'll put the foot on it. So we'll see if we can do that. So, but it's going to be smaller. The other tenon was about that big, and I want to go quite a bit smaller actually. Just have a small, I don't know. I'll see when I get going if it works. Well, turning it faster is making a much better job, but it's added a annoying reverb vibration, hasn't it? So we'll just have to live with it, I suppose. That's not worked out too badly, I suppose. Well, I've got the base done. It still needs a bit to be desired, obviously, the tools and things I've got, but turning it faster is a lot, it's made it a lot better. Just that and that I've got to do basically. So we'll do that. I'll get on and sand it up. Still quite a bit of sanding to do, but it's not taking too long, and it's rinsed back on through. Little flat there, so that'll be slightly less diameter. So I'll just do that edge, and then I'll turn it round. And as I say, we're just doing pretty sure doing a shallow dish, and I'm wondering whether to put a little bit of decoration in the top edge. We'll see when we get it done. Well, I hope you can see this, because turning it fast has come so much better. I finished sanding it, and there's a little mark there I've just got to do a tiny bit with. I'm using, instead of going down the grit so much, what I do, but it really is 200% better than last time. So I'll just oil that and finish the bottom and turn it round, and I'll make something there, and then, as I say, just to be safe, I'll see how tight it is in it, but I think to be safe I'll just leave now I've got tailstock, just leave the centre in it and hollow it out slightly, and I'll see. I might leave a brim and put some decoration on it, or I might not. I'll see what it's like when I get it turned round, but oh, that's a huge improvement. Now I don't know if this will work or not, but I've got these little pieces of this wood left, and I thought, what can I do with them? Well, you could turn some little bowls, but they're a bit boring. I've got one nearly done, and I thought, well, wonder if some decoration on the outside would work. And then I thought, well, that's a bit ambitious, but and it doesn't matter if it doesn't work, of course. What about if I turn a spiral from the outside to the middle? So, and how can you do that? Well, if I can draw a line, now it won't be very good because I'm not very good freehand, and it wants to be graduated, of course. So if I start at the outside and go in like that and turn a spiral like that, and how can we do it? Well, as I say, it may not work, but if I manage to draw a line, so if I draw some circles first of all, and then by hand, if I drill some small holes on the line all the way round, I've got to do it by hand, so it's not going to be perfect by a long way, but then I should be able to just turn that like that and go from one hole to the next and keep doing that all the way until I get deep enough, and then sand it. It's only fun, doesn't matter if it doesn't work, does it? It's just a bit of fun. But as I say, the big problem is going to be drawing the spiral from one to the other. So what I'm going to have to do is draw my lines to start with, and then put some more intermediate ones in the middle, and then just go from one to the other, because as I say, I'm really poor at freehand work. You know, I struggle to draw a straight line, I'll be honest. Anyway, first I'm just going to draw 3 lines like that. Have a go at freehand. Look, if I wanted it perfect, I would get a CNC router, right? We're just playing about, as I keep saying. You know, we're just playing about with this. It certainly wants to start out here and come out quite sharply before slowing up a little bit there. And come like that. It's such a small piece, you see, we're not too worried, but so we get a spiral, something like that. Well, funny enough, this freehand spiral that I've done seems to work the best of anything. So what I'm going to do is get a small drill about the width of that as a guide, and just drill some small holes quite close together, not very deep, and then see if we can put the rest on and turn it between the holes by hand. And then so that's the next step. Right, I've done a series of holes on the spiral, and I've sort of done them a little bit more with eye to get it a bit more true. So what I'm going to try and do now is to just see, turning, you know, just by hand, see if that small chisel will cut the groove between them. To finish it off, turn a shaped piece of wood and put some paper on it. I think that's going to be the best way. Well, I've started digging this spiral out, and it's a long way off perfect, but we're starting to make a bit of progress. Probably take me 5 years sanding to get it right, but the problem is, the biggest problem is, it's been a lot better if I'd used some softwood, wouldn't it? This is, well, it's hard in places and soft in other places, all end grain and all over the place. I just thought, with it being a pretty piece of wood on that other one, it might, and it still might, look nice like this. I don't know. Well, I'm fairly sure all I'm doing is making firewood, but I've got a spiral cut in there, a sort of spiral cut in there, and if I've turned a piece of wood, I've shaped a piece of wood to go in there, and I'm trying some sandpaper on it, but if I'm honest, it's not working very well. Not working very well at all. Tears it as soon as I start. But it's giving you the idea, and if I can keep persevering and working away, we might get somewhere. We'll have to see. I mean, that's the idea. You know, it might not be very good, but God, I couldn't have chosen the worst piece of wood. I tell you. It's blooming horrible. Got nice grain to it. Nice everything to it. But it's just, it's hard and soft and end grain, and it really is. It's blooming bad. So, we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to persevere for a bit with it and just see if we can make out. What I really need is